The world wants you to believe that it takes hard work and compromise and effort to create your dreams, to be free and wealthy and fulfilled. It even tells us that these desires are not important, they're irresponsible, and that you should conform, that you should just give up those childlike dreams and just get a job, pay the bills, be an upstanding citizen. But this is so limited, so small. And it's really one of the many limiting beliefs that the world tries to program us with. The product of insecure, unfulfilled, afraid adults that just grew up out of the fear of being themselves, the fear of failure, the fear of being rejected. And we're passing this along to each other, to our children, to the youth, which are the hope of the future, of possibility, creativity, passion. It's that spontaneity, that inspiration, that joy, that spark of that inner child, which is always within us, that we undermine each time we choose for fear, each time we choose for the world of limitation, of lack, of scarcity, thinking that we need to do more, that we need to earn our living, we need to deserve, we need to prove ourselves in order to retire, get by, live our lives. But can you see how silly all of this is? Because it's all waiting for a future that's never coming, running from a past that's not even real. It's all existing within this illusion of ideas and beliefs, concepts, which we give significance and then rule our lives. When it is all so much simpler, so much easier. It's all so inherent, so natural to who we truly are. And it is simply a matter of trusting ourselves, loving ourselves, recognizing who we truly are as the creator of our reality, which once we come into alignment with, offers itself as inspiration, as creative impulses, as pure and true desires, which are the guidance from that intuitive innermost self, which is the path of least resistance. It is pure synchronicity. It is the law of least effort. It is everything that you want and more without needing to do anything that you don't want to do. It is simply the unfolding of your passion. And it's really as easy as acting on your inspiration, just like a child does. Not concerned about where it's going, if it's working, where it's leading us. Not afraid of the outcome, not fearing rejection, not consciously concerned about how I look, what people are going to think, not tainting it with an expectation of an outcome, not insisting that it needs to go anywhere, but simply immersed in the joy, in the love, in the passion of the moment, lost in the wonder, in the magnificence of the unfolding of its own passion. That is the beauty of this, is that this love and passion is its own benefit, its own beauty. When done for its own sake, without condition, it is its own reward, its own gift. And it is the gift that keeps on giving. And it spills out from the depths of our soul into our reality and into the lives of others. And you see, when we seek to kindle and fan the flame of that creative spark, when we want to nurture that innermost self above all else, then not only do our own lives become purely abundant and creative and inspired and fulfilled and free, but that spills out into the lives of others, because it is a priceless, immeasurable value that is offered through our lives, through the demonstration of that commitment, that alignment. It is an irreplaceable gift. It is that truth of ourself, which is the real currency, actually. We think that we need to earn, deserve, and prove ourselves in exchange for money. But this is a worthless currency that is merely the symbol that we have been programmed to believe, to give significance to, and to sell ourselves out for as a way of getting by, as a way of living up to the expectations of a world, of a society that says that you need to do it this way. But it undermines the real currency, the creative currency, the true currency of authenticity, which is that spark of your soul. It is what makes you unique. It is the gifts, the talents, the abilities that you came into this world with. It is your calling. It is your inspiration. And a child knows this. We come into this world with this mechanism so prominent, so prevalent in our activities, in our perspective, that we don't distrust it. We are not self-conscious of it. We know it as the most essential, innermost self that we are. And it is the most valuable thing. And it's why everyone loves a child. The innocence, the spontaneity, that spark of truth, of light, of love that is within children, that awakens within each and every one of us the remembering of who we are. It is the simplest thing. It is the most natural being. It is that effortless expression of a child that has us stop and pause and remember just how simple all of this really is. It is an immeasurable value that children offer. And it is not anything that the child is necessarily doing, but it is the emergence of that eternal youth, that truth that we all are. And it is calling us home. It is an invitation into possibility, into the unknown, into the letting go of all of this planning and preparing and saving and preserving and hoarding and accumulating, all which is done out of fear. Fear of not having enough, fear of not being enough, fear of being rejected, fear of a rainy day, which is a crazy concept. Because then we think that through our own control, through our own ability to manipulate reality, that we will avoid something, that we will resist, that we will create a buffer to something that could go wrong. But all of that is born out of resistance to what is. It's all born out of insecurity, a sense of unsafety, thinking that we need to do things in order to buffer ourselves from something that can go wrong. It's crazy. It's all mental overthinking. It's all fear. And it's all illusion. Because when we create from fear, we perpetuate that system, that world, that way of being. But when we choose love, passion, when we choose to trust ourselves, when we choose inspiration, when we act on that inspiration, when we let go of the insistence and the expectation that it needs to give us anything, that we need to get anything, that it needs to go anywhere, then we have everything that we want and more. The joy, the fulfillment in the process, and funnily enough, the attraction of all that is for us, and the gift that we are meant to be giving in that unfolding, in that creative expression, in that offering. And this is applied to everything and everyone, whether you're an entrepreneur or an artist or a guide or anything else in between. In essence, you are a creator. And you first and foremost are creating your own reality through your perception, through your beliefs, through your thoughts, through your feelings, through your choices, and through your actions. And how you create your reality is depending on where you're coming from. Are you coming from fear? Or are you coming from love? Are you seeing possibilities? Or are you seeing limitations? Are you voting for freedom? Or are you voting for more of that conformity, scarcity, limitation, and lack? Because that's how we create the future. We create it now based on where we're coming from. Are we self-sourced, or are we outsourcing that to a world of programs and conditions through expectations and standards that we have to live up to, through a system which doesn't serve you or I, it serves itself. And it is through our own choices in each and every moment, with what we are creating, with how we are being, with where we are coming from, that we create a whole new world. And that is the purpose of the aligned creator. That is what you are. It's why you are here. It is the true calling and purpose of your life, to remember that you are the creator of your life, and that you have a calling, that you have a passion, that you have a gift, that you are creative in your most essential, youthful form. It is timeless, it is limitless, it is boundless, it is infinite. And it is right there within you to be remembered, to be reclaimed, and to be expressed. And when you do that, you have everything that you need, and you attract everything that is for you. And you unlock the path of least resistance. You undertake the law of least effort, and everything is a reflection of the frequency that you have embodied. The wealth that is yours, the possibilities, the synchronicities, the opportunities, they all come to you in the perfect timing. And the world becomes magic. Life becomes an adventure. And all of this becomes pure possibility. And that is the way of alignment, of the aligned creator. And it is why you are here. You wouldn't be still watching this. You wouldn't be resonating with this message. There's so much more to our lives than just selling out and trying to do better, do bigger, do more, to prove ourselves, to show others that we're worthy. The fact that you exist is all the proof that you need, all the worth that could possibly be felt. And when you recognize that, you have everything that you need as the love and the passion and the creative spark of your beingness to share that with the world. And it is the essence of my Aligned Creator course. It is the spark of my Aligned Creator blueprint. And if you want to learn more about these offerings that I have and work with me, perhaps, to streamline your efforts, to uncover your calling, to align with your path, then comment Creator down below and I'll send you a link where you can learn more about all of these. And I would love nothing more to connect with you, to work with you, to help you flourish, blossom as the aligned creator that you are, so that we can together co-create a world where this is the norm. Rather than operating out of fear, we operate out of love. Rather than selling ourselves out, we give birth from a passion, from inspiration. We create from our heart. And that's my calling. That is my intention with everything that I do. And so if you are with me in that, then perhaps you will enjoy my Aligned Creator Blueprint or my Aligned Creator course. So comment Creator down below and I'll send you more information about those offerings.